everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I ask you to do it every single day. Why? Because it's important, because we are growing our tribe over here. And I must say, I am thrilled. I go in the comments, I see new names every day. I'm talking to new people every day. And I'm just so thankful to have them all as a part of our tribe. And I love it. I love it. So, since we are growing this thing, of course, I have to say it every day. And that would be to go right down here. Yes, look down in those settings, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in, and give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm. I tell you, I have gotten used to being drugged at this point. I just give up. Also, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for suffering through the commercials. I know. It's the channel is monetized, so you're gonna have this commercials, but I want to say watching them all the way through is just supporting the channel, and I can see the difference, and I am so thankful and so over the moon appreciative that y'all would just take the time to support the channel like that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I thank you because I know it's not an easy task, because you want to hit that skip button. I know you do, but you don't, and I appreciate it. Also, right about here, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I'll be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative for that support. Also, if you just want to do a one time donation, our super thanks button is right over there, and all donations to the channel is always, always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, we have an announcement and we have a shout out. I'm going to do the shout out first, and I want to shout out Deborah Copeland. Deborah, you come through. I tell you what, Deborah is such a great supporter of this channel, and she is just a vital part of this community. I'm telling you, she's always coming through with the support, and I am so appreciative and so thankful to have her as a part of my tribe. So, Deborah, thank you, thank you, thank you for the super thanks, and just thank you for being here and being a part of this community. Also, we have a new channel member. We do. Tootsie 39. Tootsie, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for seeing something in my channel. Thank you for looking at it and saying, I think she might have something there. I am going to support her. That means everything. It does. It means everything to me to have your support. And I am thrilled. I am happy. I am over the moon to have you as a part of the reading club. And now that you are an official part of the reading club, I want you to go over to the community page, and right over there, your official welcome will be posted. And I want everybody, when you get the opportunity to go over to the community page and welcome Tootsie 39 to the reading club, because I am thrilled. I am so happy. am. I am just over the moon to have Tootsie as a part of our reading club. I am. I'm telling you, such a great day, such a great day. And with all that said, y'all already know what time it is. It's time for me to get to the read. And when I am putting the read together, y'all know what I do. I jump in these internet streets. And that's exactly what I did. I hopped in these internet streets early this morning and have been in them to late this evening. I have been up, down, all around. I've been on all the social media platforms. I started out with, I think, Instagram. And then I went to Blue Sky. Then I went to TikTok. Didn't hang over there long because I'm telling you, if you want your time ate up, jump on TikTok because you'll lose a good 2 hours and not know where those 2 hours went. And then, of course, I made it back to my home away from home, ex formerly known as Twitter. And I'm telling you, the squatties are all over the place. They're talking about all different things. They're talking about Kate, the dragon William, and well, it's always somebody want to drag Charles and his horse now. I mean, they don't have to do anything. It's just somebody just woke up this morning and said, you know what, I'm gonna drag them. And sometimes I feel like that too. I just wake up and say, I'm going to drag them because they deserve to be dragged. Let's not get it twisted. But I digress. But the squatties mostly are still talking about Harry, still lifting Harry up, still absolutely shining the light on Harry's achievement, what he did, and absolutely not accepting anything any less than the facts be told, because squatties are all in comments correcting crazy derangers, ignorant people. And if the post is crazy, get in there and absolutely show out and let people know, here's the receipt. This person is lying. So that is what the squatties are up to. And I'm telling you, I've been loving it. I've been all over the place. Y'all know I have been throwing some hands. I have. And how I have not been thrown in Twitter jail, I have no idea. Every time I log in and I still could go in, I'm like, y'all, I ain't in jail today. So I live another day to fight, and fight I do, I must say, and enjoy every bit of it, because nothing makes me happier than putting a deranger in a social media headlock. I'm telling you, love it, love it, love it. But the most interesting thing, well, one of the most interesting things is I'm going to put up here, because guess who's going back and forth on X, formerly known, maybe it's not X, it might be Instagram, I don't know, but it made its way on my timeline over on X, formerly known as Twitter. And I'm going to put it up. And this particular squatty posted this. It says, Piers Morgan getting obliterated on Twitter by Hugh Grant. I love that for him. Yes, yes, yes. So it's on Twitter. I don't know why I was thinking Instagram, but yes, it's on Twitter. Hugh Grant is absolutely kicking Piers Morgan's, social media butt on X. He is, because Hugh Grant was pretty much like a squatty say, don't come for me unless I send for you. Hugh Grant didn't say anything, didn't call him out by name or anything like that. He didn't name check him. All I'll tell you what happened. Hugh Grant went on a radio station, a radio show, and he was talking about the case and how he wanted it to be, taken up by the Met Police, that this criminality could not stand. And he kind of name checked him, but he pretty much said that Murdoch organization is a crime organization that needs to be prosecuted. Well, that didn't set too well with Piers Morgan. So he gonna come back at Hugh Grant, and we're gonna get into what he said. I'm gonna put this up. And it says BBC Radio 4. That's what Hugh Grant was on. And he said, I have some sympathy when I am in a generous mood for politicians terrified of Murdoch. Actor Hugh Grant, who settled a privacy case against NGN last year. And he was just saying sometimes he have some sympathy for politicians who are scared to death of Murdoch. And he was pushing for a criminal case. Well, we all know if a criminal case pops off, who is going to be in the middle of it, and that would be Piers Morgan. So Piers Morgan gonna chime in and say, uh, a reminder: Hugh Grant took millions of pounds from Rupert Murdoch to make movies for him. Hashtag hypocrite. Well, that didn't set so good with Hugh because Hugh came back and he came back strong and said bull hockey. And he didn't say hockey, he said the shice word. And he said, the last time I worked for a Murdoch owned company was in 1994, which was long before I knew anything about his paper's methods. Since then, I have turned down every single job offered, uh, emanating from a Murdoch owned company. And he put a period right there at the end. And so then after that, Twitter came in and checked Piers Morgan's tweet and pretty much said Hugh Grant has reported that this is false and confirmed that he has not worked for Murdoch Associated Company since 1994. And they flagged Piers Morgan's tweet. And you know, he absolutely had a problem with that. He absolutely had a problem with it. And I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put up. This is what Piers Morgan said after that. After Hugh Grant called BS on his nonsense, he said this: everyone wants us to have a fight to settle this. I'm up for it if you're man enough. This is what this old beer bellied, pot bellied pig had to say to this dignified actor. That's everybody. Who is everybody? Probably them same people he have in his fevered mind that keeps him up at night, because it wasn't any real people. Because real people in the real world don't talk like that. That is such nonsense and stupidity. I mean, I can't even get my head around anybody who would say that to anybody else except Piers Morgan, because at the end of the day, Hugh Grant had handed him his big bubble butt on a platter when he absolutely called out his BS and said he has not accepted any money from Murdoch since 1994. Yes, yes, yes. And he got mad about that and then challenged him to a fight. And this particular squatty posted that and said this: a 60-year-old man on Twitter. No, she did not age check him. Yes, she did. She age checked him. She said, a 60-year-old man on Twitter saying people want us to have a fight. Wow. I'm telling you, it's a wow. When you run out of words, you resort to nonsense like this, because he knew he could not beat Hugh Grant on the comeback, because Hugh Grant pretty much shut him down and let him know, I'm not about the BS and I'm going to tell you what the facts are. So he didn't have anything else to say but somebody, to my, everyone wants us to have a fight. Isn't that stupid? And this squatter said, this squatter said, let me read it over again because it's so funny to me. It says, a 60-year-old man on Twitter saying people want us to have a fight. Wow. And then everybody like, women's are sensitive. Well, it's a lie. They always want to say women always in their fields, but we all see that a pot-bellied pig can be in his fields too. I'm telling you. And this particular squatter said this. He posted what Hugh Grant had said and said, Is not Hugh Grant coming through with the receipts? Love it. Yes, Hugh Grant was not dealing with his nonsense. I'm telling you. And then I want to put this one up. Now, I don't know who Tim Walker is, but he looks like a distinguished man. But he came through, he reposted what Hugh Grant had said. And he says, three things differentiate Hugh from Piers. Hugh has been consistently right about the big issues of our time. He has a strong sense of personal morality and believes privilege brings with it responsibility. And he has two talent. Leave the shade for last. Leave the shade for last. I'm telling you, just calling Pierce out for being talentless. And we cannot lie. We cannot lie. That is absolutely true because he sits up there and looks like he's constipated while his guest just talks. And when he's not sitting up there looking like he's constipated, he's lying. I'm just saying. But like I said, I don't know who Tim Walker is, but he sure came for Piers Morgan's neck, and I love him. As far as I'm concerned, he's my friend. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put this up. Something to think about, and something I have thought about, but I kind of was just caught up with what all the good feelings for Harry and all the good well wishes for Harry. I concentrated on the ones that was coming in and not the ones that didn't come in, that didn't come and congratulate him. But it is some people who did not do that. And this is what this post is about. I'm going to put it up. It says, the fact that at Royal Family and at Kensington Royal have made no comment on Harry's win is very telling. It almost indicates which side of this they're on, beholden to and in partnership with, doesn't it? Absolutely, it does. And that's true. They have never been on Harry's side. We know that Charles did everything that he could do, including taking the money, taking the security, and just absolutely just kicking off a one sided smear campaign against a couple because Harry would not drop this case. And he would not name Christian, what is his name? Christian, whatever that aide was a William. Y'all remember they wanted him to take his name out of the lawsuit. And Harry refused all of that. And look at Harry. Harry absolutely walked through the fire and came out gold. He absolutely did. And their silence over there across the pond in those palaces is deafening, to say the least. All right, y'all. I want to play a sound bite for y'all, and then we're going to talk about it. And I find this sound bite so interesting because they have just started. That's my dog. They have started to just tell everybody the character of William. Everybody knows William is such a horrible, horrible person with poor character and who is jealous of his younger brother. But now people are just absolutely just saying it out loud. So I'm going to play this soundbite and then we are going to talk about
it. Interesting what you were saying just a moment ago about the other. The heir to the throne here, because of course the two brothers have been semi-estranged for a while. You said you thought the royal family should open the champagne for Harry after this. Is this the kind of moment perhaps his brother might look at him again and think, do you know what, not all bad?
I don't know. It should be. I think this could be a moment when, if William, I think it'd be a very big thing for William to do, to say, hey, good on you. You did it for us. You did it for our mother. But, William had made his own settlement quietly, which greatly irritated Harry. And I'm not sure how much William really likes this pivot in Harry's image, because I think at the moment, I think you will find, we will all find, or maybe you already know, that the man in the street says, "Good on you, Harry, for going to do this." And I'm not sure how much William adores Harry getting that kind of press.
Well, y'all heard her. She just said it right out loud for everybody to hear. That this whole shift that people in the street saying good on Harry, he just cannot take Harry's popularity. And he takes everything that's for Harry is against him. And it is a fevered mind and very twisted, because we know that at the end of the day, Harry has always loved his brother, but he has never loved Harry back. And it is such a glaring presentation of that right now, because Tina Brown pretty much spilled the beans. She know those folks, and she knows his personality. And can you believe that she said that that's his personality, and she did not flinch one, I mean, not one time did she flinch when she was saying it. And does she not understand how awful the picture she is painting of this man that's going to be king one day? I mean, the pettiness, the jealousy, the absolute hatred of his brother, because his brother is somehow perceived in that fevered mind of his to be better than him. And he knows that. And she absolutely said that that William does not want anybody to like Harry. She said it for there for everybody to see. Well, everybody to hear. Yes, this is who William is. We have said this is who William is, and people are coming out every day to confirm that we are right. I'm just saying. This particular squatter who posted this soundbite said this, and I'm going to put her post up here. It says, "And here's sour face." That kind of caught me off guard. It says, "And here's sour faced Tina Brown admitting that Willie will be jealous and irritated by all of the positive press around Harry." Isn't that sad? Because he thinks everything positive for Harry is somehow negative for him. How horrible it must be to be William, to have that fevered mind. That's why he's walking around here looking like he on a crack pipe, because Harry is living the life that he does not want Harry to have. And now Harry's pockets is so deep, he will never ever be able to put his foot on Harry's neck again. And he grieves for that. He really do. He grieves about that. But let's go on. And it says, "And irritated by all of the positive press around Harry and his heroically securing the apology for his mom. Even haters know Willie is a piece of shite." Well, it's the lie. And we all know Tina Brown is nothing but a hater. She has been on the forefront of this smear campaign. She just, I believe, this is my belief. I don't have any kind of proof of it, but I believe what the connection with Vanity Fair, her, that Katie Nichols, and all of those other witches of Eastwick, with talking about old flat face Camilla Tominey and no eyelashes Victoria Arbit. They up there talking about they somehow been vindicated through a article of nothing but lies and vow, and then expected somebody to absolutely fall for that gaslighting nonsense. But I digress. I believe she's involved in that. And even she had to admit. And I also saw Katie Nichols on ET talking about it. She had to admit the victory. it kind of gets a little hung up in their throat, but they have to eventually spit it out. They do. Harry did that thing, and they have to say it, because if they don't, then nobody is going to have anything to do with them. How in the world can you be against someone who goes to battle for their dead mother? And they know that. They know that. And I love it for them. And I love it for Tina Brown, because she too have been shown up. It is so many people that has gone through this process with Harry and Meghan, has absolutely shown themselves to be exactly who they are. They have been hiding for years and years and years, pretending that they're one way, and in actuality, they're another one. That's the way this election here in America did. It really showed people for who they were. They've been pretending, but they had to show themselves. And I think it's good. It show yourself so I can deal with you accordingly. And that's the way it is with Harry. Harry done went through all that stuff. Now he know exactly who those people are. The scales have fully fallen from his eyes now, and he can deal with them accordingly. And I just love that for them. I do. And I love it for Harry, because Harry now knows exactly who and what he is dealing with. Lizard people. Cold blooded lizard people. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty posted the article that said that all of these negative articles, a lot of these negative articles was coming straight from the royal family. Y'all remember that? We found that out when Harry went to court with the Mirror Group. And they absolutely just spilled the beans on the royal family. And here's the article that was in Yahoo. And it says Prince Harry's stories came from members of the royal family. Daily Mirror publisher states in court. He said it in court. So we know it's not a lie. But yet and still, William just continues to try to convince all the fools that are in line to believe him, because all of the wise people went home a long time ago. They didn't stand in that line. And he continues to say that he does not brief on his brother. He don't brief to the media. And this particular article said, he said, I do not brief the press, said furious William in a private press briefing. He said he didn't brief it while he was actively in a press briefing. What kind of nonsense is that? And we all know he does. And we know it from Spare, and we know it from court documents. I'm just saying, what do they say? Very reliable sources, if I must say. And I'm gonna put it up, and this is what the squatty posted with that particular article. And it says Prince William made a secret deal with Murdoch, didn't get a public apology or any kind of admission of NGN's wrongdoing, gives exclusives to Murdoch-owned media. Where is the lie? We all know they coordinated that whole farce with the farm market cake. Y'all remember that? And that came straight from the Sun. And the Sun editor was on the Sunday show that next Sunday, after they released that nonsense of a video, and said that they worked hand in glove with the palace on that video. It was absolutely coming straight from the palace, and she said that. So that's all they do. They work hand in glove with Kensington Palace. And that's where the invisible contract came in. He took his meal and he took an invisible contract. And it has been in place ever since to absolutely devastate and run down Harry and Meghan every chance it gets, and then to uplift mediocre William and Kate, because he took the money and he took the knee. I'm just saying. But yes, this is what the squatter said. And it goes on to say William looks like he has been bought and paid for by the scummiest media figure in Britain. Where is the lie? But they cannot say they bought Harry. Harry bought something, all right. He bought them to their knees. He absolutely did. And I love that for him. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatter said, so predictable. What is she talking about? Well, she's talking about everybody knew, and this particular, she is not a squatty. I think she's more of a royalist, had posted this and said, now watch Willie try to upstage Harry in defense of Diana, because and this particular person had reposted Cameron Walker's that little pipsqueak over to GB News, and we all knew it was coming. It was so predictable. And then the article next to it says Prince William make Princess Diana proud with new move. And what they're talking about, he went to a homeless charity visit, and I think it was for young people, young boys. And it's the same one that he went, spent an hour at, and then jumped on a private jet and flew to Monaco to watch a football match. But he had earlier had his little self, as my grandmother used to say, had his little self over there to a homeless charity where for the youth, and he went over there empty-handed, over there to observe, and my whole thing, and jumped on a private jet, and the money that he spent on that private jet could probably supply housing for about half or more of those kids that he was over there giving lip service to. Yes, jumped on that private plane and flew to Monaco. That's Willie Leaks for you. That right there is Peggy. That's straight up Peggy. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put up this, and I know this is ugly. Right off the bat, I know it's ugly, but the squatty kind of got carried away a little bit. I think she did, but I like it. Y'all know I'm messy. I like it. I like it. Now he is not that bad. But have y'all took a stroll on this particular app and saw some of the nonsense that they are doing and distorting Harry and making them look like in AI, using AI? Well, if you hadn't, just know that nothing that the squatties has done can ever equal the nonsense that goes on just one app when it comes to Meghan and Harry. I'm just saying. So that's why I say I like it, because y'all know I'm messy and I see what's out there and what they do. And I don't care. I don't care if the squatter had to put his nose in his ears. I still would have liked it. I'm just saying. And so so I'm gonna put it up. Well, it's already up, but I'm gonna read it, and it says, "Poor evil Willie. He's crying, feeling bitter and jealous because Harry is getting lots of praise from people around the world." Where is the lie? And we all heard it from Tina Brown that anytime Harry gets any kind of praise or validation, it is like a dagger to the heart for William. And now we have speculated for years and years and years, because I know I say it all the time. But did we really know? Mm-mm. But somebody really close coming out saying that this is the way he is. He's not a warm and fuzzy figure. He's just not. He is very prickly and jealous and bitter. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put this up, and this is a picture I showed y'all yesterday about I think in my last podcast, and it was about Kitty Cat getting papped by Backgrid, and we discussed it, and we pretty much came to the conclusion that this was a setup. And the more and more I learn about it, and more is being said about it, I'm convinced it is a setup. Now, that's my opinion. I don't have any proof of it. But if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, I'm telling you, you pretty much can assume that it's a duck. And this duck is clucking. Let me tell you, this was nothing more than a setup, a absolute just epic cosplay, an exercise in cosplaying Megan. That's all it was. Because when has this woman got papped? I'm telling you, we discussed it my last podcast. Now she was able to fly under the radar for almost a year and not get papped, not one time. But here she is getting papped. Come on now. Come on. And went to get eyeglasses. Now, this was the premise of her being out and about. She went to the optometrist. Like, they don't have all of that on campus over there in Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace, and especially at Windsor. I'm just saying, but they want us to believe all of this. The gaslighting is real. Let me tell you, the gaslighting is real. And like I said, Backgrid is going to come from the USA over to the UK to Pap Kate. And the reason they use Backgrid, we talked about it yesterday, because Backgrid was the paparazzi that mostly caught Meghan and Harry when they were out and about. And they're so jealous, they're so petty, they're so just unimaginative. They want everything that Meghan and Harry has, even when something is not even Meghan and Harry's. Backgrid doesn't have anything to do with Meghan and Harry. All they do is try to get celebrities, be able to catch celebrities out and about. But she wanted that. She paid. I'm willing to bet you, my opinion, that this was a paid setup. But this particular squatty said this: well, Kate is wearing her 43rd birthday tablecloth wrap around her neck. And y'all know that picture of Kate for her 43rd birthday. She had this check scarf around her neck, and everybody said it was a tablecloth. And so she got it on again today. Well, that particular day. And it said, and wearing a plaster or band-aid on her fingers again, on her finger again. What y'all think about that? We all know how much Kate was wearing band-aids or plasters, as they say in the UK, before this whole thing went down and she went black. She went dark. We didn't see her for months and months on end. But before then, I'll say about a year or more before then, every time you saw Kate, she had some kind of bandage on her hand. I'm just saying. And now the band-aids are back. I wonder why, and I wonder what it's about. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I know what it's about, but I'm going to say this. I have heard, and I'm not saying this is what's going on with her, but I have heard that people with bulimia often wear band-aids on their hands because they injure their hands when they're trying to stick their finger down their throat to get themselves to throw up. And we all know that Kate is painfully thin. She looked like she need about 5 or 6 cheeseburger at one setting because she's just that thin. I'm just saying. So I don't know, but the plasters are back. And that's all we used to see before she exited the stage right, before she got off the world stage. I'm just saying, just something to think about. I'm going to put this up, and it says, interesting, isn't it? that the day Harry gets his massive settlement from NGM, Kate is Pap getting glasses and it's sold to Deuce Moore. I never heard of them. And they say they're American. It said Deuce Moore, an American gossip site, not a British tabloid, not a Rotor Rat, not TMZ. Deuce Morse. Well, my theory on that is this, because we all know Kate can't bring no eyeballs, and they keep trying to believe that she can. But reality keeps biting and showing, oh no, you can't. That's why they always attach Megan's name to anything that the left behinds do. I mean, anything. I saw even on, I think it was Sophie and Edward's anniversary or something like that. They absolutely name checked Harry and Meghan in that. And then they had an article about Zora and Mike Tyndall. They absolutely name check Harry and Meghan in that. They can't sell anything without Harry and Meghan's name being attached. And so I think that's what the mistake for Kate Middleton is, that she's not very self aware. Because if she was, she would have been giving those pictures to TMC and not Dus Moore. Nobody ever heard of Dus Moore, and nobody still hadn't heard of them because nobody know nothing about these pictures. People are totally and absolutely done with Kate Middleton. You know, they don't wish her no harm, but they don't wish her anything else either. I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to put this up. And here she is. And you can get a clear view of the band aid. It's on her ring finger. I wonder why. And she's putting it up there for everybody to see. Why? I'm just saying. And this particular squatter said this: hard, sad, and miserable. As I had said before, if you live a lie and have caused pain to good innocent people, it all ends up showing on your face and eyes. We all know, like her estranged husband. You know, squatties ain't no good. Talking about, we all know, like her estranged hubby, she too can lie like a trooper. P.S. Notice the plaster on her fingers again. Yeah, we noticed that. I wonder why. I wonder what is going on because it's back to that again. Y'all don't get. Y'all think maybe Kate maybe went in rehab for anorexia or something, and now she's back throwing up, doing that back to her same habit. Because let me tell you, she is painfully thin. I have never saw anything like it before in my life. So that could be something that's going on with the plasters. Or in some, you know what the other one people believe. That's one reason why people were so concerned, because they thought something had happened to her. William had did something to her. But then when she showed her face, people was like, okay, bet, and hadn't checked back in with Kate since. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put this one up, and this particular squatty is so funny, but boy, do they bring the truth. And it says this: the only reason people were remotely interested in that woman last year was because they believed her husband was having an affair, had killed her, and then killed her lover and tried to make it look like it was an unaliving. Well, it's a lie, because it was a lot of theories on TikTok. I mean, post after post after post, wondering why she would not show herself. All she had to do was show herself. She didn't even have to do a live or anything like that. Got William to just hold his phone up and just do a quick, "Hey y'all, I'm fine," and wave at him or something like that. And she would not do that because that's why everybody was concerned, just because of what this particular squatter was saying. And once we found out she was all right, we were done with that. And calling paparazzi on yourself isn't going to cut it. No, it's not. And we all know that's exactly what was done. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I am going to put this up. And it's an older article, but it is absolutely still on point. I'm going to share a little bit of it and then we're going to discuss. And it is by one of my favorite squatties. Y'all know that I featured this particular squatty's articles in my podcast all the time. And so I saw this one and I said, this is perfect. And the name of the article is William, the Heir, Living in Prince Harry's Shadow. Where is the lie? Where? Where is it at? Because that's where he lives and that's where he seems like he wants to be. Because he's always shadowing Harry, wanting what Harry has. Harry acts like the older brother while he acts like the younger kid brother. I'm just saying. Now he don't look the part, but he absolutely acts the part, if you know what I mean. And it says the dynamics between William and Kate also reflects the reactionary tendencies. Kate, once the center of attention as the future queen, is now only cast in contrast to Meghan, which like William is to Harry. Instead of standing as individuals with their own strengths, the whales seem trapped in a perpetual comparison game. Where is the lie? And then it goes on to say headlines frequently highlight William's anger and frustration towards Harry. Leaked from the palace insiders often focus on William feeling about Harry's decisions, whether it's their estrangement or how William still years later feel about Harry's public revelations about their relationship. Well, William absolutely comes out. You can set your clock by it. That he gets about a full cup of salty tears and take them over there to Tom Sykes or take them somewhere else. Mostly it's Tom Sykes and talk about how much he hates his brother. Not because his brother has done anything except exist and tell his story, his story to tell. Everybody's story is their story to tell, and that's what Harry did. And he mad about it because he didn't come across really good in Harry's story. Well, if you want people to speak well of you, what do? You treat them well. And he didn't treat his brother well. He didn't treat his brother's wife well. And so naturally, you're not going to come out good in their story. And if you don't like that, why not reverse that thing and start treating them well? And then the next time, they'll talk well about you. What about that? But he don't want any of that. He want to continue to perpetrate his hatefulness towards his brother, but he wants his brother to keep his mouth shut and take it. Well, you know what? Those days are over. They're over for Harry and they're over for Meghan. And they have moved on and they don't want to have nothing else to do with you. And you can just absolutely stay in bed with the covers over your head and think about all of the things that Harry and Meghan has done that you wish you could have done. That's all I'm saying. Because you best believe the misery shows on William's face. It shows on Kate's face. It really does. And their cosplaying only makes them look pathetic. And it's sad because in their fevered mind, they don't even get that part of it. It's sad. I'm just saying. And this article goes on and talks about how William has just took such an interest in America since Harry and Meghan has, well, Meghan, that's her home. This is her home. But since Harry moved to America, William has been over here off and on and wanted to come over here last year for the UN Climate Week, but then Harry dropped all them accolades and all the stuff that he was going to be up to during that week. And William had one made up event with Michael Bloomberg. He had to absolutely withdraw. And they always talk about Harry coming home with his tail between his legs. Well, William didn't have to leave home, and he had to put his tail between his legs because Harry came in and dropped all them accolades, that things that he was going to be doing at the UN, and William knew he could not compete because he had nothing. He had absolutely nothing but some made up event that was just, it was so far away from the UN, it was just UN week. And he wanted to come over here, stay over there, do something in your own country. And like I said, we all know that he has applied for a trademark for some kind of charity over here, trying to get a foothold over here because his brother's over here. And tell me that's not sick. And so they talk about that and said, added to this, William seems to harbor an ambition to reclaim the United States where Harry and Meghan now resides. Well, it's a lie because the evidence is all there. But at the end of the day, we don't have a king of the United States. We have a clown. I couldn't resist, but we do. We do. We don't have a king, but we have a clown. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I am going to put this up because I saw this, and it's not a post, with words or anything like that, but look like somebody has drawn this, and I love it. I love it. Look at it. Prince Harry, Dragon Slayer. Y'all know that was the name of my podcast, my last podcast. Yes, no words needed. He is a dragon slayer, and I love it. And whoever did it, they captured his face, didn't they? That looks like Prince Harry. I'm telling you, got the dragon under his arm. Got the dragon locked in a headlock. Yes, that's our dragon slayer. That's our dragon slayer. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty said this, and I found it so hilarious, but so true. It says, one is a dragon slayer. We all know who the dragon slayer is, versus just stick it in. Peggy. Peggy. I bet you he is just so outdone. Isn't that something? That he cannot absolutely enjoy the fact that his mother has somehow regained through his brother some redemption. He cannot even enjoy that because we all know he failed her. And even if he didn't, he still should. I think he loved his mother. Why in the world is it really that deep for you that you can't even feel good about your mother receiving some redemption, an apology, some acknowledgement, come on now. But it is crickets. Really, it's silence, the deafening silence from over there. Harry, Harry, Harry. I'm just so happy that he has Megan because he don't have nobody else. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And I kept this particular squattie's name on it because I feel like she should get all the credit. She absolutely should. Everybody should know at her and understand because she go every week and she finds all these different quotes. I am a quote person. I love quotes. One of my favorite quotes is by George Washington, who said it's best to be alone than to wish you were alone. Where is the lie? Where is the lie in that? So that's one of my favorite quotes. So I love quotes. And so she comes with a quote every week, and I try to save all of them. And this one just absolutely touched me. So I wanted to bring it to the front. And she said this quote of the week. This week, I've chosen one of my favorite inspirational quotes ever. Seems very appropriate. Enjoy. And what she chose is this, and it's a quote by Nelson Mandela. And it says, I have learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Nelson Mandela. Yes, I just had to share. Is that not true? Anytime that you want to do something and you're fearful, understand brave people are always afraid. It reminds me of what my mom used to tell me all the time, the difference between a hero and a zero. A hero and a zero both are scared, but a hero does what needs to be done anyway, in spite of the fear. And so, yes, 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 that's why I really, really was attracted to this particular quote of the week. So, thank you, Zanny Sussex, for such a wonderful, wonderful quote. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put this up. Y'all remember I said I'm gonna put up a picture every at the end of every podcast, so y'all can tell me what y'all think the people are thinking in the picture. Well, this is our picture of the podcast. This is a picture of Kate and some kids. I think this is when she made her trip to Denmark. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Denmark, and it was her only first and only solo trip that she has ever gone on since she has been in that family. That should tell you how mediocre and scared she is. And y'all remember she went over there and was walking in front of the queen. And it's Queen Mary now, but at the time it was Crown Princess Mary. Y'all remember that? And she had to hold her back and tell her not to walk in front of the queen. I think it was Queen Marguerite, or I may be not pronouncing her name correctly, but yes, yes, yes. Kate went over there and was walking in front of the queen. Never will forget it. And that was the first time her trip to Denmark was the first time we got a good look at Kate's real face, because the press over there did not Photoshop her pictures, and we got the real deal. This particular picture must be one that the rotor took, but I remember this well. We were like, wow, is this how Kate really looks? Yes, they absolutely publish unphotoshopped pictures. I'm just saying. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think these kids are saying. And maybe even what Kate is saying. Y'all tell me, because I know y'all gonna come up with some funny ones, because you came up with some funny ones the last picture. And I enjoyed them too. I did. Some of them I cackled, I'm telling you. All right, y'all. With all that done, the podcast is over, and all I'm gonna say right now is bye. Bye, y'all.